Oh my god, that was actually pretty cool.
That's one way to make a sandwich, guys.
But that's how they play style. Yeah, that's their play style.
Johnny's so sick, dude. Johnny's so sick. Do you know what I think is also hysterical? That you remember the poll yesterday about who the messiest was? And how Johnny was heartbroken about the 18% that voted for him as the messiest person.
The Sennheiser survey.
18% the Sennheiser survey, and he was heartbroken. And then that skit. I wonder what he thinks like the sub message was, like the subtext.
Oh man, that was amazing.
That was amazing. The sandwiches represented edge guards.
I think the music also killed
Clean, crisp.
Yeah. Yep. I think that the music choice there was the unsung hero of that piece.
Yeah, actually.
That got me super into the vibe.
You know what I thought was actually really funny? Was when the camera at the very end panned back to Wizzrobe, but he's just kind of standing there looking at us.
Yeah,
like,
that's my favorite part. He's like, all right. I just eat my sandwich. All right. Like, I stay away from this.
Because that's what I imagine. Because if I'm Wizzy and, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm Wizzy, you know, I've refined my style in such a way. And I'm like roughly top 10, top 12, top 15 in the world now. And I feel like, what is Wizzy thinking when he watches Johnny like edge guard?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Does he just, I feel like if I was Wizzy, I would hurt a little
bit. Here's the thing.
Did he add sriracha to that?
He added sriracha.
So,
he did.
So now Wizzy's known for the clean peanut butter, peanut butter and jelly master.
Yeah.
And Johnny's known for the spicy sriracha sloppy.
That's right. Here's the thing, though. Like, SJ is so good at what he's good at that I think that edge guarding, he's just not going to do that. Like, that's not part of his package he's putting together. I remember I was talking to Wizzrobe about tech chasing, and I was telling him, hey, man, you know that people are just teching in place because it's the hardest thing for you to do, right? Like, they're going to force you to do the optimal, like, super intensive technical thing every time. And if you know they're going to do that, Falcon can just kill them. You can just stomp, and then they're dead. And he was like, you know, my mental stack, my brain is so concentrated on getting the optimal tech chase done that I can't even notice that they take in place over and over. I don't even notice it. I'm so keyed in. Yeah. So it's like he just does what he does, and asking him to do more is going to take away from the thing that he wants to do.
I mean, I think that makes sense. If he has to divert that much of his focus to it, it's also really good that he knows that.
Yes.
And at least he recognizes, like, look, I'm still only human.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still think that it's suboptimal in
the grander context.
Yes.
You know, the funny thing is
if
people actually do that to him. Well, I watched Plup play him, and he's getting tech chased by Sheik, and he'll do the tech or the no tech so he can smash die up, and Plup will just up smash him.
Just
like
reads.
every time. Yeah. Right.
I could do the tech chase, but I'm just going to read you because you're going to do the same thing every time.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to have to learn that.
And actually, they said that in Akagi last night. We were talking about that. Rationality is a rule that exists in your world, not mine.
Oh,
I'm not bound by the same constraints as you, homie.
Yeah.
So we're going into 100% dashback, accent crush.
100% dashback.
Team Jason.
Team Jason.
Yeah.
Plup got all the glory with the Plup Club, the crew name, but it looks like for the team name, it's all Jason.
So far,
hey, I'm interested in what you guys think, team specialists especially, about being okay with fighting double Fox on Yoshi's if you're Sheik. I feel like double Fox on Yoshi's is a disaster if they get started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they get this stuff, but the cool thing is they also can die really quickly due to Sheik having like multiple bears and grabbing ledge.
You know what? I obviously I'm mostly a Fox player, but when I play Sheik against Foxes, the one thing Sheik has going for her, Fox doesn't have a lot of room to run around on this edge. No doubt.
Mew2King, by the way, is capturing the ledge, which is I think the stated strategy of Team 100% Dashback. They want to have a love affair with the ledge.
Yes.
Yeah. They actually were talking to me about their dream maneuver, which is just perfect ledge dashing from the ledge, opposite ledges. Which I found to be funny because like you're not actually hitting the opponent or doing anything necessarily that's good, but
this stage is also very hard for most teams.
So
like,
chaotic.
You have to be, you need to know like what you're supposed to do in a close quarters. Because everyone is right next to each other all the time, basically.
Yeah. Notice how Mew2King just trails slightly behind Plup. And they've been learning how to pass throws too. Like 0%, Mew2King never would back throw to up smash, but he's starting to do it lately.
Dude, here's the thing though. Blue team's just getting tossed. Like they're just playing kind of sloppy. Like I forget who just died. I think it was it was one of the Blue Foxes, but he just died from an edge guard. Like he was edge guarding and got hit by Firefox and just didn't tech or roll or anything. Just got spiked. There was one SD at the very beginning. So I kind of feel like, you know, this may not be representative of the whole set. This has been a terrible game for Blue Team.
But Yoshi's is probably one of the hardest stage to play on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hax is definitely the light one. The way he moves, he like dash dances, wave dash down.
But consider how good start they had. Oh well. Okay, they died. That's rough. All right. Yeah. EV4.
But they started bringing it back, and I think that's a good sign for game 2 if you're, you know.
If they go Pokemon, you might see a quadruple fox.
Yeah.
FD. Yeah, I did call that too. Pokemon FD.
Mew2King did say that. I actually thought, well, I don't know. I think Plup will mostly just play Fox, right? I feel like Plup actually really likes playing Fox in teams. I think more so than Sheik. I would actually love to see them try double Sheik. I actually don't think that team is necessarily that bad, but I mean, I guess
I would
no point
against which team though.
Yeah,
I would have done.
No up air?
Back air, up air.
Okay, so
that was an overextension. Did you see that? You were saying you need to be happy with the, you know, don't overextend, be happy with the 2-hit combos. What I saw was Blue Team was not happy with the combo they got, went for more, and he just died.
Yeah. Oh my god, he might be, okay. Mew2King tried to save Plup.
Uh-oh.
He hacks him. He anti-hacks the hacks.
The green team started to getting a little bit desperate here. It's very important to not overextend, like you said, because Shine is so like
so good.
So good.
So polarized.
It's a deleter.
The skills between Foxes will show when they miss like late nairs, if they always doing Rising Bears. Because Rising Bear is the cover if your opponent jumps out. But if they read that, then they beat you because they're still in shield and you didn't touch the ground. So you gotta be aware how you place your moves. You have to do aerial drifts. It's true. Like if you don't drift against a good Fox player, then most likely they'll always beat you in any exchange.
Dude, I really wish that the Blue Team was mic'd up right now. I swear to God. Actually, both teams.
Yeah.
I want to hear Plup and Mew2King interacting, and I want to hear if Hax is getting mad at Crush. You ever team with Hax, Moon?
Yeah. FC Legacy 10.
He gets mad at me 100%, no matter what. Did he ever get mad at you?
Yeah, he always got mad. He said, dude, what are you doing?
You're not doing anything.
You're not doing nothing.
You need to help me.
You have to save. He's like Mew2King Jr. I'm like,
he is Mew2King Jr. He really is. I feel like he probably learned teams from Mew2King in a sense.
Him and J-Man.
Like they set the culture.
Yeah.
They made it normal to just blame your teammate for everything.
Wow.
Toxic.
Plup is just moving.
Oh!
It was worth it.
I like that decision a lot.
2 versus 1 is a very hard time.
Yeah,
to
especially given the percents, they're both at 0.
Yeah.
So there's no easy. This is a full fight.
Yeah. See, you notice how Plup just threw him off stage?
Yeah, and
he
just
couldn't go after him.
Right.
Not much.
Especially not against Fox players of this caliber. But he has to stay closer to the ledge because that's his way to get free hits. Like invincibility, come in, get your hits, and then find a way to go back to that ledge or run to the other side.
Also, 2 versus 1, it's like one of the teammates or like one of the two could shield, while the other one like staying a little bit behind. Because if he's trying to go into the guy holding shield, he has to grab, and if he does it, there's free hit.
Yep.
Which is a very hard time for anyone, even though Fox might be the best to like.
I like
it
it. So
back.
basically, you shield camp to force the grab, so that the other guy comes in and punishes the post grab.
Yeah, because you have
in a post grab
nothing
world.
really to be afraid of by shielding. And if they throw you off, you know your team is gonna start comboing or whatever.
This is what separates the good teams from the bad. You know, to be honest, like, I know I'm not talking about the match, but whatever. I think that I would love to have like do teams events where people who really love teams team with people who want to learn more about teams, and just have like the point of it, just to have like sick comms and just understand like the mindset.
Yeah, like what was going on.
Because I think with teams, so many people, I don't know, every time I enter a tournament, we just approach it by like, all right, well, let's just fucking play teams. Let's just kick the other guys.
Yeah.
See, I like that instead of trying to get an easy kill, they throw him up. Mew2King back through to Plup, and they got like a good percentage.
It felt like it would have been a higher risk. Like they could have killed him, but it would have been a very high chance that he would really get back. So instead they were doing a team combo that led from 0 to 60 almost.
Yeah, 0 to almost 60.
But I feel with this team they have, it's more control. Like they know each other well. Like Plup knows what Mew2King want to do with Cheek, and Mew2King knows what Plup want to do. As it feels more like a stable team.
Yeah, this is definitely more stable. And also it reduces the chances of Mew2King just getting wombo combos due to Fox being at a perfect weight that everybody practices on.
Yeah, because one of Fox or Fastballer's weaknesses is that they are hit stun for so long, and like you don't want to have your Fox getting a team combo because he's gonna get the hit stun forever, and that can lead to huge damage.
Yeah, they're being too antsy trying to get Mew2King. Mew2King is always gonna stay there, chuck needles if Plup jumps like that. That's what you also gotta realize. If you hear that sound, ching 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 ching, make like jump. Use those needles as assists.
You have to stop her. Like you cannot let her start.
Okay, so you guys are playing double Fox right against this team. They have a clear strategy right now. So what are you guys thinking? How do you deal with Mew2King being in the back, throwing needles, and Plup just kind of controlling space?
First you gotta take it like piece by piece, kind of like a Metal Gear Solid mission. So first,
let's go,
man.
So obviously you just can't directly go on her.
Yes.
If you jump in the middle, now you're sandwiched in between potential Mew2King always down smashing you, or he's just gonna like needle you. So you're gonna have to play around with the Fox that's in the front, but be aware of the needles. Like do like a jab on his shield. Mew2King might throw needles. Oh, he's attacking my teammate. Then jump over the needles. Now if the needles block on shield, you can't spot dodge at all. So then that's when you like get your openings from there. That's why Mew2King down smash so much on shield, because you can't spot dodge during the like hit stun.
Sometimes when I'm thinking of what is the best strategy in a given situation, I try to think about if I was in the opponent's shoes, what I don't like.
What you don't want.
And I can tell you from experience, and I think a lot of people have also said this, the worst feeling when you're teaming with Mew2King is when he's doing that strategy, but then it goes sour because the opponent team gets the 2-on-1 on Mew2King's teammate. So
Plup's spacing is such that he's just kind of you know,
and just his game sense.
So you got to get him out of
skill.
that.
But if you can set it up to where he's isolated, he's far enough from Mew2King that Mew2King can't directly assist, and you can get the gang up the 2-on-1 on Plup and get a combo started up. Sometimes Mew2King has a hard time assisting with that because all he's doing is charging needles.
Right.
And he's either too far away. She can't just swoop in there, right? It's not going to be the same.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I think
and
that's
I
an
guess
option
you probably need the comms for knowing who's going to go in, right? Because if both Crush and Hacks are, if they're not super on the same page and they both try to go in to kind of mix up that kind of setup, then they're both in a bad spot.
Right.
Yeah.
I like that.
Doesn't even need to be comms.
See,
just be
see
like,
how he's trying to get Mew2King right away? You have to break it into people. You just can't go out.
Yeah, you can't go for Mew2King.
Yeah.
It was like
He's
they
the
said
bait.
earlier about with the
Metal Gear
HBox
Solid?
with
Oh,
Tough.
got it.
It's like on the edge, like Mew2King is really good at the edge, and we all know that. But Sheik's particularly also good at the stage as well, which make it even harder. But like, you don't have to fight it directly. Like you said, like we said last set, that if you go in 2 versus 1, then you force him to go. Then he can't shoot a needle anymore. Then he has to go. Like, go all the way to
he has to commit to go
exactly.
And another thing about Plup, if you don't get clean hits on him, like if you just get a running nair, he's at low percent, you will get shine. Kind of like.
Yeah, I just saw him do it as you were saying it.
Because he holds down.
Yeah, because you know all his habits, his good habits, he learned from Sanders, Sheik, like they all come in. He's really fast too, so he will bait you by throwing moves out, and they're not intentional like to always hit you. Or he'll wait for you to throw a move out.
Yeah.
You just throw a hitbox out like, all right, you run into this, cool. But I'm throwing this out so that you just don't run and approach me. I don't give you time to throw an active hitbox out without me doing something. The dash dancing all day is actually not good with Fox. See, wake up.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Hit. Because he's playing as if he's the Fox that's standing up. Like, what would I do if I'm on the ground and I'm waiting for the Fox?
Yeah, he does have super quick reflexes.
He's super fast.
really quick on his feet.
This is the leave Mew2King alone moment.
Yeah.
Like, what percentage is not going to kill him? Any percentage of you, and Plup is just going to save him.
But yeah, you guys are right about what blue team strategy seems to be. They are always kind of forcing the issue with Mew2King.
Yeah. They always want to give him. Yeah, Mew2King do smart, like, down smashes like
Oh,
that.
no drill or anything!
Yeah.
They missed that.
Yeah, you got to save there. He died at 0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm full jump drilling.
Like, if you
try to hit him
can
with
save,
something.
if you can save them, try to do it. But if it's like too much, like they have too high percent or it's a bad
He
spot.
could have dash attacked the ledge.
Yeah.
That would have been very good. I mean, it's a
Down
weird
tilt.
SD in the first place, so it's he probably just didn't recognize that he had to do a save anyway.
Leave Mew2King alone. And they also, in teams, you got to remember where your opponents spawn. Because then you could run to certain areas like, all right, if he spawns in the middle, that's neutral. But if he spawns on the right side, you want to start killing people on the left, so you wouldn't be able to save him from the neutral platform.
You actually do that? You remember where they got the spawns?
Yeah, like when I'm playing, like when I die, I go, all right, I spawn in the middle.
Right.
I need to remember this.
The blue team's biggest, like, the weakness they had was they had a hard time to control Mew2King. And they were trying to force stuff. Like, we saw that before they got up smashed, they both stood on the stage, not on the platform, on the stage, and they took so much damage by needles, and they just shielding, way that shielding, like trying to force them way through. And then Plup got there, up smashed them when the time come. So I felt that they should coordinate a little bit more with like up throw, backer, because Fox can bracket damage so fast, and then Needle won't really do anything because they go either diagonally or like
or straight.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have to run, and they're racking up so much damage and go very high up. So it's like it takes time for even Sheik to get there. So I think that might be like something they need to work on.
Yeah, it's rough. Like we're saying it, guys, but even playing it is rough. Sometimes you get upset. You let your feelings. Oh my God, he's staying in the corner, so I have to get him right now. You shouldn't think like that. It's like, all right, he's staying in the corner, but eventually we need to find a way to get him into the battle. Like you just can't just run at him. It's extremely hard.
Well, anyway, that was an ass whipping.
It was, but at least they won the double Fox though.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what really
Got on
mattered.
the board.
That was the statement.
That was the statement.
We're going to take a quick break, but we're going to be back really soon with more doubles. We did the first 2 sets on the top half of the bracket, and then on the bottom half, do we know what we have coming up next?
We have the bracket.
We have one here actually.
Anyway, I just want to say.
Mew2King, yeah, exactly. So we have had 3 sets. So we have SFAT Shroomed against aMSa coming up next.
Sick. All right, so we'll be back soon.